Hello unlimited friends, it's Zara back again with Q&A about the law of attraction and its application in practical ways to our lives. The question today it comes from Gloria, and her question is about watching television programs and how that impacts what we create for ourselves. Let me read the question out to you. So she says, I am someone who is interested in criminology. This year, I have been focusing a lot on many cases of horrific crime and injustice. I have been focusing on it with a lot of emotion and shock, while really empathizing with the victims, putting myself in their shoes, and really focusing on the cruelty they underwent at the hands of injustice. And it has really moved me so much emotionally. Florence Scovel Shinn said, the more injustice you focus on, the more injustice you will draw into your life. I do not want to draw into my life what I have been focusing on so intensely and emotionally. So what should I do to neutralize all the injustice that I've been focusing on and energizing for the last 5 months? Does it have to catch up with me and out of picture, or can I neutralize it before it does? Does everything we have focused on strongly with emotion in the past have to eventually catch up with us and play itself out? How can we neutralize it or reverse it before it catches up with us? Oh my God. Sweetheart, thank you for your question, Gloria. It is a really important question because we are all streaming all day, every day. Our children are streaming all day, every day. And all of this information is on YouTube, it's on Netflix, there are reality programs, it's everywhere. And so this is a subject that I have thought of a lot. And it is a subject that I've asked for guidance because not only because of you, but because of my own daughter. Yes, ma'am. My daughter has also been someone who has been listening or watching such programming. The only difference is that her focus has not involved the emotion that you are talking about. So there is that difference. All right. So before I get into a detailed answer for Gloria, I want to introduce myself to those of you who are new. Welcome, first of all. And those who are returning, thank you for coming back. I really appreciate your support. I write the blog ZMAHOON.com, and I am the author of 15 books on the subject of law of attraction. Another one is coming out soon, maybe next week. And on this channel, my intention is to create a space where I can answer questions for those of you who are interested in really understanding law of attraction and applying it in practical ways to living life. All right, let's get into the answer. So Gloria, first of all, I want to say that what you quoted from Florence Scovel Shinn, the more injustice you focus on, the more injustice you will draw into your life. That is, in a nutshell, what law of attraction is. Whatever you focus on expands and becomes part of your future. However, having said that, I also want to tell you that it doesn't have to work out that way at all. I know that you've been putting a lot of emotion into it, but let me explain something that is going to make it easier for you to understand. You see, Gloria, you can be extremely involved in something, and then you can turn it off and walk away from it and not bring it into your experience. The best example I want to give you is when you watch something. Let's say you go to the theater and you watch a horror movie. When you come out of the horror movie, you don't bring that with you. You don't carry that. You don't make it real for you. The difference is simply that in these cases that you're following, you are going into it from the point of view that it is real. And that's where the difference lies. But if you let go the emotion and you just say to yourself, I'm going to watch this without taking on the emotion of it, then you can watch it for academic reasons, which is basically what you're talking about. So if you were someone who wanted to study criminology, you've got to become academic about it. I'll give you another example that will make sense. And that is, if you want to be a surgeon, you have to be okay with the sight of blood. You can't get emotional and swoon, like me, at the sight of blood and become a surgeon. Also, surgeons will lose an occasional patient and they have to go home and still have a life. They have to find a way of not taking that on emotionally and letting it go. Don't make it about you. It is about the other person. Now, that's the first thing I'm going to say to you. The second thing I'm going to say to you is that once you understand law of attraction, you start understanding that whatever happened, no matter how cruel and unjust it was, whatever happened to the person was a result of their vibration. They created it. Not because they deserved it, not because they asked for it, but because they vibrated in a place of fear, and therefore law of attraction brought them more things to be that manifested that fear. And so if you are not living your life in an emotion of fear, you cannot attract the things that happen in these cases that you're talking about. Just don't live your life in a vibration of fear. Let me give you an example. If you hear of, I'll give you my own example actually. I woke up a couple of days ago and went outside and found my neighbors gathered. So I was just, I must have had this look of, okay, what's going on, folks, on my face, because one of them told me, oh, we are gathered because this person had her car broken into last night. Now, because I know my neighbor so well, I know that she is someone who is on a frequent basis attracting things that she doesn't need to attract, and it is because of her not trusting other people, not trusting the universe, being afraid, and that's why she attracts these things. I therefore ignored what happened because I said to myself, it happened to her because she attracted it. She's creating it. But I know that as the neighbors were walking away from her car, there were some of them saying, oh my God, this could happen to anyone. And one person was saying, okay, I'm going to go get a surveillance camera and put it outside my house. And I thought to myself, that's a thought virus, because these people are now walking away with the fear. So they have absorbed the fear. Now, absorbing the fear makes it part of your mix, and that fear does not have to manifest for you in the same way that it manifested for that person who was experiencing the negative event. In my case, my neighbor. So my other neighbors who took that fear with them, it's not necessary that their cars will get broken in, but the fear will show up in some way. Maybe one of their children will fall and get hurt. Maybe they'll be in an accident. I don't know. Somewhere, maybe they'll have a fight with their spouse. I don't know. Some something negative will happen which will mirror the fear. So in your case, these injustices and the horrific crimes that you're watching, first of all, if you don't stay in the emotion, it cannot come to you. Secondly, it does not, if you do bring a shade of it into your life, it is not necessary that you will become a victim of such a crime. It can show up in your life in so many other ways. Losing money, losing a relationship, something else can manifest. So don't think that that will happen. Now, so far we've talked about how things spread. Now let's talk about the solution part of it. What should you do about this? So we've already discussed how you should be like a surgeon and not take it on. You are the problem solver. You can't take on the emotion of it. Make it academic to you. I've had to do that, listen, in so many ways. And this was actually a question that I asked Abraham, because I was having, as a financial advisor, I was having people come to me who were in massive debt problems, who were at the brink of bankruptcy. And it was affecting me because I was conscious of the fact that we attract what we think about. And I was thinking about these people. And so my question was, am I attracting them into my life? And the answer that I got from Abraham was, no, they're not coming into your life because you are attracting this kind of bankruptcy into your life. Now you have to understand why I was so afraid. I was so afraid because I had worked really hard from being at the verge of bankruptcy to turning everything around, and I was in a really good place. That's when this started happening. And so I became afraid that I was bringing that bankruptcy situation back into my life and that the universe was sending me a signal through these people. But the answer that I got was, no, these people are showing up in your life because you give them hope, because you are the answer to their asking. And so when you approach the subject of criminology, you are the answer to the asking of these people. So you cannot get emotionally involved in it if you want to help. If you want to help them and still feel good about it, you cannot get emotionally involved. You have to be high on the emotional scale as the problem solver. You have to have the attitude that you are there not to contribute to the problem, but you are the solution to the problem. You are going to help these people. And with that attitude, you can absolutely study those situations and provide answers for them. I mean, think about me with what I do now. I have left the financial profession, and now I use law of attraction to help people in my coaching programs and through my courses and through the YouTube videos that I do. And people come to me with all sorts of problems. That doesn't mean I'm attracting those problems into my life. And that is because I can remain academic in providing the solution. I'm not taking on the emotion. So, sweetheart, overall, what I want to say to you is that it's not something that you have to stop doing, that you can't watch these programmings anymore. That's not it. You just have to change your emotional involvement with them. That's all. And you change your emotional involvement with them by telling yourself that it was their vibration that attracted it. And as long as that's not your vibration, then you cannot attract it. And when you become someone who lives your life based on the law of attraction, you start paying attention to where your vibration is, and you start doing the work that you need to do in order to take your vibration to the highest level. And that's what I want you to do. focus on taking your vibration to the highest level and see yourself as part of the solution. I am looking at this thing because I'm going to help clean it up. I'm going to prevent it from happening. And when you do that, now you are someone who can bring solutions and become known as being the beacon of hope for all those people who have lived through injustices. And you are the one who is bringing them the solutions. You are the one who is bringing hope to them. You are the one who is attracting what they could not attract on their own. You can be the teacher. So, Gloria, I hope that this response helps you to have a new perspective and to be able to bring that perspective to help so many people. All right, I'm going to stop there. Thank you to everyone who is watching this. And I hope that you will bring me more questions to answer, because I thrive on answering those questions. And if you got something helpful out of this talk, can you post a comment below with the hashtag nugget, that you got a nugget here that you're going to take away from this talk and apply to your life. Again, thank you for joining me, and I hope that you will subscribe to my channel and help me spread my work. Love you all lots, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.